Tried to bail out of that one. Did not fill the gap. All right, I'll hang in there. I'm not gonna let it get below. Yeah, yeah. $10, 62. Ain't doing that. I'll take it out here. $22. Another loss. Doggone it. So it'll leave that gap there. That wasn't a good one. I should have waited for this part to finish because the actual gap was right here. And so that one came into there. But yeah, yeah, getting a little overzealous with my gapology. Jumping ahead. Man, that ain't never a good thing. So far, price has just come down. Finally got out of that range, that opening range, and that back here, that chop zone. Got out of that opening range here, and just headed south. And I thought this was a good point to turn. It blew through that, created a gap in doing so. So that tells you that that gap's done. Ticked through this one from way back here. Gap created at the overnight open, and now, like I said, a little hezzy here, but I think it'll run down to the overnight open or even yesterday's low. So it's just giving back everything, all these gains, all the way up towards the ultimate. Well, that was, is that it? Yeah, that's the all-time high up there. Thought it was going to head up there, but I think it's trying to get some steam before doing so. So it'll just give back everything. If it gets right here, it'll get right back to zero where it opened last night over here. And through this gap right here. Now, if it finishes above, I'm going to take that. I know it's a reversal, but it's got two gaps to fill up here. I'll go in with two, take one out right there, and hopefully it'll go up there and make some money. But looked at it, and sometimes hindsight kills you because I was looking for the bounce, looking for the bounce, looking for the bounce, and by the time I get finished with all of that, I missed this beautiful downtrend, and that's what the market do. If I had went in on that big bar right there that broke through, and the reason I did not is because it was going into the 200 moving average. If and but if I had gone in, set my loss right there, I'd still be in the trade. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That I'm gonna get a T-shirt made up that says that because that's like my trading career. Sitting here watching money being made. Um, when I was in Sim before I opened an account, I was just punching in all the highs. That would have been a great trade if you had shorted up here. Shoulda, coulda, woulda incorporated LLC. That'll be the name of my trading company because and not a day goes by. I don't think any trader finishes and said I got everything that I was there to get. Some guys get a lot. So anyway, I think it comes from having a breakthrough where, let's say, you're up $1,500, which I've only done once or twice. And now, when you get into a trade, your stop loss is minuscule compared to your balance. But when you're up against the trailing drawdown, so see, a trailing drawdown started at 47.5 with this account, but if that's as high as my account has been, that means I have $341 less on the back end. So you do the math, 47.5 plus say 350. Now my drawdown is at 47,850. Same thing here. That one's up $600, so that means I'm at 47 and actually at 48 100. So it's kind of hard to go in and just, you know, sit there and go in the red. That's why I see money take money, because I'm just trying to get over the hump, get another funded account, which has initial drawdown too, trailing drawdown too, so that you're not out of it there. And that account I got on respiratory right now. I hadn't even traded that because I just hadn't. Well, I traded a little bit yesterday. I think I made $20 and stopped because I just can't put anything at risk. I only had like $400 left in drawdown. Tough business, tough business. But the only reason I keep going is because the time reward is when you do get your stuff together is better than anything I've seen in the world as far as income. Seen it. Haven't had it, but I've seen it. So anyway, look like it's chopping around in that zone right there. If it would come up and close the gap and restart, I'd go short. If it came up and went through the gap, I'd play it back to this gap or back to the 200. But once it came up here, if it went in the gap and started down, and this is the maddening part. I'm not gonna let you sit here. I'm not gonna sit here through this. And give me some an omelet. Alrighty, later.